Do you watch The Good Doctor? Are you familiar with the cast? Well, we've got some juicy gossip for you. That's right, we're going to be talking about some behind-the-scenes moments with the cast that you might not know about. Some of them are pretty hilarious as well, so make sure you're ready to laugh. First, we have Nicholas Gonzalez and his teasing. Nicholas Gonzalez is always teasing us, and it is quite funny when it happens, even though it always makes me want to watch the latest episode right that second. You can always catch his teasing on Instagram, and we'd appreciate it if you gave us a little more next time, Gonzalez. However, we understand that you're building more anticipation for the show with every little tease. What do you think about Gonzalez's teasing? Will he ever tell us the tea, or will he tease forever? Next, Richard Schiff and Sheila Kelly are not acting. Okay, we don't mean they're not acting because Richard Schiff is an actual doctor because he's not. I'm just going to tell you that right now. What we're trying to say is that their on-screen romance is actually real. Yes, people may not know this, but these two are actually married in real life, and that is pretty insane. That's why their chemistry is so good in the show. The reason why Sheila was brought on board is because one of the producers went to Richard and asked his opinion. Obviously, Richard said yes because why wouldn't he want to kiss his wife on TV? Also, he thought that she would be great as Debbie, and from what we've seen of her, he's right about that. What does Richard have to say about working with and living with his wife every day? He said, "I could not be more in love and in awe of my wife." That's so adorable. I could just cuddle up and watch the show happily now, knowing that these two are together forever. I hope they don't make them break up in the show and have them be with other people because that would suck. Also, other people said that having Sheila on set was great for the rest of the cast and crew because she showed them how to tolerate her husband. They sound so adorable together, and I'm happy they can work together. What do you think about this? Would you be able to live and work together with your spouse? Next, Kelsey Crane and Nicholas Gonzalez. Yes, another couple that actually work together on the show that you might not have known about. If you remember from season 2, Kelsey Crane played a character who had a vision of her own death that almost came true. Well, she's married to Nicholas Gonzalez, and they're actually really adorable together all the time. Did you know that these two were actually married in real life too? Apparently, the cast says that they are absolutely adorable together behind the scenes. Now, let's talk about Lea DeLallo. As we all know, she's been a recurring character since season 1, but ended up becoming a more permanent character in season 2. However, that actually wasn't the original plan. When Paige Sparra initially signed up for the series, she was only expected to be in 2 episodes. Yes, 2! However, her character left such a positive impression on fans that the show wanted to upgrade her role and keep her around for longer. Luckily, Paige was very happy to join the cast for a more permanent role. However, the same can't be said for Freddie Highmore. Next, Freddie Highmore and The Good Doctor. Freddie has just finished Bates Motel and wasn't in any rush for a new project. He probably just wanted a break, and who could blame him? However, he was approached about The Good Doctor, and well, he said, "When you've just finished a show that had been on for 5 seasons, you're aware of the necessary commitment that is behind it. We get that. There is a lot to making a TV show." But he didn't even end up getting a break between the 2 shows. He only got 3 days off before starting The Good Doctor. Can you believe that? 3 days! They should have at least given him a week to relax or something, you know? Well, the only reason why he said yes was because of showrunner David Shore. He sat Freddie down and got him feeling passionate about the show and about playing Dr. Shawn. We don't know what he said, but whatever it was, it got to Freddie, and it made him propose that every season should be 18 episodes long. That's right, Freddie is the reason why each season is 18 episodes. He wanted that, which is something that I didn't know. The reason is because, well, I'll let Freddie explain it to you. He said, "It's the idea of making the show as good as it can possibly be. You never want to just be doing more for the sake of it, and so it seems like a wise idea to start with that and see how things go." Wow! From not wanting to commit to anything for a while to committing to a lead role for 18 episodes a season, You go, Freddie Highmore. Also, he's been a hands-on producer since the very first episode, so he has some serious love for this show and everything it brings. On top of that, yes, he didn't stop. Freddie also wrote the premiere episode of Season 2. How amazing is that? He's really passionate about the project, and we're happy that he is. If Freddie didn't accept the role, who do you think should have played it? I know it's tough to think about, but seriously, who do you think should have done it if Freddie couldn't have? Also, keep watching because we're not done yet with some more behind-the-scenes knowledge that you might not know about. Now we have autism research. We are happy that Freddie is so passionate about his character as well because he is breaking down barriers in the way that society views people with autism. We love to see that people are beginning to understand that anyone can be a part of any profession, no matter who or what they have. All of the creators wanted to show people with autism in a positive light, while also showing them in a realistic one as well. They've really managed to create Dr. Sean as someone who has autism but is his own person, and that he is not defined by his autism. This is important for people to know and think about because people with autism are not defined by their autism. However, how did they figure out how they wanted to portray Dr. Sean in a positive but realistic light? Well, they analyzed the condition from different angles, especially from films that focused on how those who have autism managed to overcome their struggle. They really wanted to celebrate how he sees the world differently. Also, the cast and crew regularly consult with experts in the field as well. They also work with those who are on the spectrum so they can really understand the people who have autism. Do you remember actor Kobe Bird? Well, he plays an autistic patient in the 22 Steps episode. They want to hire more people who are on the spectrum to act in the show. Showrunner David Shore did an interview and spoke about how important it was for the team to cast more autistic actors after giving the role of Sean to a non-autistic performer. He said, "We didn't have anybody with autism in our cast, so any chance we have to cast somebody with autism, I think it's incumbent upon us to do everything we possibly can to do so, both in front and behind the camera throughout, to deliver the message we are preaching. These elements have made The Good Doctor a show that stands out from the pack." David Shore is right about that. The Good Doctor is definitely a show that many people enjoy and is different from many other shows on ABC at the moment. What else do you think they could do to further understand people on the spectrum? Do you think they even need to do any more? Now, a fun fact for you. Yes, we have a fun fact for you before the end of this video. Did you know that The Good Doctor is actually from South Korea? I bet you didn't know that. Well, it was originally made in South Korea, and it was on air and everything. It debuted back in 2013, and the two shows are very similar, but the South Korean version had more pillow fights than the American version. Yes, pillow fights. It was also well received by critics and was nominated for many awards, but it only lasted for 20 episodes. However, this is quite typical of South Korean TV shows. Then there was a Japanese adaptation, but that was also short-lived and soon taken off air in 2018. So if you want to watch more of The Good Doctor and don't mind reading subtitles, then you can always check those two out as well. As for this video, we're all done. Did you know that some people were acting with their real-life partners? How would you feel if you had to do that? Also, did you know that Highmore was so involved with the show after Bates Motel? Let us know what you think down below.